I know I'm getting smaller, but whenever you watch these videos, I always feel like a fat fuck.
That's that body dysmorphia. Man. You look fine.
I know.
You look lean. Like it's patently obvious that you are leaner.
I'm leaner. I'm less fat. That's just if I am less fat, but now I'm sick and fat.
But dude, you're a big guy. Like you move a lot of weight. And I don't know if you want to drop so much weight that you can't move. I don't know if you want to drop so much mass.
I don't want to be a vagina.
Of course not.
I mean, fuck that. But whatever.
I don't think you want to be 200 pounds like me.
Buddy, that's not a possibility.
It'd be too much.
Even my leanest as an adult at your age, like 225, 230 was as lean as I got, man.
That's lean.
Pushing it. That was, if I sat on the couch and stood up, there were times when I passed out. My blood pressure was so low.
You were on a vision quest.
Fuck, I was on something. I mean, I looked good and I had abs for the first time in my life.
But you'd pass out if you stood up.
But if I stood up, instead of pass out.
I think 270 is a good way to get around.
I'd like to get down to 250 again.
250? That'd be impressive.
I mean, that's lean.
That's very lean.
For me as an adult, that's super lean. I got there after my first...
After your first knee surgery?
My big leg surgery that I had.
The one with the bolts?
Yeah, with the bolts that we took out.
Sense.
Yeah, I remember after that, because I went into the surgery, I was 260. And then after that, I was in so much fucking pain and I was miserable, I couldn't eat, so I lost like another 10. So I was like 250. And I had a picture, I think it was in the Chevy.
Yeah?
No, it's like it was in the Chevy in the center console.
Yeah.
Because I had it, because I was so stoked, I wanted to look at it whenever I wanted, but then the Chevy got stolen.
I believe you took the photo out, because I don't know why I would have a picture of you.
Of me without a shirt at Doug Hamilton's pool, being all fucking lean and
I'm pretty sure that picture is in a box somewhere.
I don't know, I haven't seen it. Anyway, let's talk about this. You always talk first, so I figured I'd do it today.
Sure.
And I sound like shit, but that's okay.
You sound fine. Old Forester, is it good?
Yeah, so this is
really?
Yeah. Now this is one of the things that you'll see on occasion, right? So we've done, we did the Old Forester 100. We talked about that. We talked about the Old Forester Rye before.
Yes, we've talked about some of the Old Forester Whiskey Rose series. We talked about the Old Forester Statesman. We covered a lot of the easy to find Old Forester raises.
But these are around here. I've noticed not only with this is a single barrel proof rye. I've noticed a bunch of single barrel proof bourbons as well. I just haven't bought any yet because they're like $90 a bottle.
That's pretty expensive.
And I had like 5 of them.
You did have 5.
And then over the course of the years, I just drank them all because they were awesome.
They were awesome.
Some people in the industry that we're now somewhat begrudgingly a part of will argue that the barrel strength stuff is not necessary or is not as good as it used to be.
Barrels.
I disagree. I just disagree because this in particular, Old Forester single barrel strength rye comes in a whopping 64.7% alcohol, which is just shy of 130 proof.
That's pretty high.
129.5 proof. Now, we've talked about it a few times before. This is a Kentucky rye.
What is a Kentucky rye?
That's my question to you. See if you've been paying attention all these years.
Have I been paying attention? A Kentucky rye is also typically known as a barely legal rye.
Correct. It
is just barely predominantly rye.
Yeah. So the legal definition to be a rye whiskey is it has to be a minimum of 51% rye.
A lot of Kentucky ryes are at the minimum.
51 to 53 in general.
Yes.
That's where they're at. So you're going to get, if you're in the bourbon, which I'm assuming anybody that's watching this,
I hope so,
right, likes bourbon. So, higher rye bourbons are anywhere, depending who distills it,
sure,
anywhere from 12 to 30-something% rye.
Yes, indeed.
So, and the 12% guys or the 15% guys are like, oh, that's our high rye mash bill. It's like, Okay, but MGP's making 36 rye or
That's a whole other can of soup.
Green River or whatever. They're making, anyway. So in the rye world, 51 is the bare minimum. Most Kentucky ryes, 51, and I would adjust it a little bit nowadays. Let's call it 55.
Sure.
So 51 to 55% rye.
So a little bit beyond the bare minimum.
Yeah, so just north of it. But here's the thing. So with these ryes, which is why I always like to, especially with new people, when I work with them at the store, I'm like, if you haven't gotten into ryes, and it's a little bit different now because I can't really just stick with Kentucky ryes.
Sure.
Because there's a lot of Kentucky distilleries that have been experimenting with higher rye values, right? So once again, if you're in a store, talk to the people, see if you can trust them. But these Kentucky ryes, they've got so much corn in them that it's a great intro for like bourbon drinkers. You okay? You're coughing, I'm coughing. We're all sick here, but his side's bruised from coughing so much.
But the show must go on.
But here we're in here doing the hard work for you.
We do it for you. The answer is more whiskey.
That's so stupid. We're here.
This is worse.
This is from Step Brothers. We're doing with the hands on or something. We're doing the hard work for you.
Investors, possibly you. No.
Anyway,
the corn helps to dull the otherwise offensive.
Yeah, it sweetens it up a bunch.
Yeah, it makes it a little more. It makes it a little bit more approachable because unless it's a very specific strain of Texas rye, see the most recent episode on Still Austin's limited release for more on that subject. But dime for dime, the vast majority of ryes, especially as you get into high ryes, is going to be heavy on the spearmint, heavy on that sort of spice.
Spearmint spice, yep.
And that can be a lot for people, especially if they're not used to it. It's almost comparable to going from bourbon to single malts, where
it's a big jump.
You have to ease into it.
It's a big jump. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I just had a sip of this. Now, to the credit of the YouTube bourbon people, these are hot. Like it's spicy. But it's proof spicy.
Do they consider that a problem?
They just think it's, they would rather go, so in the Old Forester line, you've got your single barrel proof stuff, which is the green label for the rye. And
the blue label.
The blue label for the bourbon. They do have a black label.
Oh yeah, that's
which is single barrels.
That's proof down.
It's proofed at 100 proof. And most of the consensus online, and I've had a sample of one. Oh. And it was very, very good.
No doubt. It's Old Forester.
Very good. So if you see these sitting around, you're gonna just understand that they're gonna drink a little hot.
I don't think it's hot in a bad way.
No, I don't. But see,
I don't think it's hot in the way that like Old Grandad 114 is. I prefer Old Grandad Bottled and Bond compared to Old Grandad 114.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
But Old Forester, they've never missed as far as I'm concerned, with the exception of kind of sort of the King Ranch release.
I say F the King Ranch, but
everything else is fantastic.
Because they got greedy with the price, and then they did something different with the mesquite.
I wonder how much of that was Old Forester, or how much of that was King Ranch?
I'm going to guess a lot of it was Old Forester.
Sure.
Because not to get off topic, but when the King Ranch first came out,
it was quite good, wasn't it?
Texas only.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
You could definitely taste the mesquite wood in it.
Right.
$60 a bottle.
It was $60.
$60.
How were
Texas only. Right.
Makes sense.
People lost their minds. Bought them all. The next year, still King Ranch. Didn't really taste like mesquite wood. Mm-hmm. Right, at all to me.
Was not Texas exclusive.
Yeah, what's a good... I don't know if the new ones were. It doesn't matter. Problem is, they went from $60 to $90.
That's a lot of chips. But as far as this is concerned, it's hot because it's
It's high proof.
It's just shy of 130 proof.
Yeah, and it drinks like it's that kind of proof. Right.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
But it's still sweet. You still get some minty notes and some baking spices notes, right?
No age stain, I should add.
No, and I didn't look it up.
They're not forthright with it, but
I'm sick, so I don't know. I mean, it doesn't say it all on them.
nope.
I mean, the cool thing about these, it tells you which
floor,
which warehouse it's in, which floor it's at. So if you're a dork like I was with the barrel strength bourbons, like I had stuff from like the I warehouse, from the J, from the H warehouse.
I'm going to save you the embarrassment later. Please describe some tasty notes for this bottle.
I did a little bit. Yeah, I did a little bit. So it's definitely going to be a little on the mintier side. It's still like baking spice, like if you've ever had been in a bakery, right? Like nutmeg, cloves, right? That's so
very much the cloves.
When I talk about baking spices, or when you see other knuckleheads on YouTube talking about baking spices, those are your typical, your holiday baking spices for the most part. You know, you get cinnamon, you get some clove, you get some nutmeg, you know, sometimes some star anise, right, which is a black licorice.
Indeed. So that's harder to come.
So yeah, but when you hear people talk about baking spices, just take your mind to that, right? The cinnamons, the cloves, the nutmegs. You know, like I said, a little bit of star anise if you pick up a little bit of black licorice flavor. Right now, like I said, there's still a lot of corn in here,
Which makes
it's still super sweet.
Yes, very, very sweet. To be expected from Old Forester. I think Old Forester, out of most of the legacy Kentucky distilleries, I think they might be the sweetest.
Sorry, gotta reset my sniffer.
I would say that's why Old Forester 100 is your go-to, because out of all the like $20-ish bottles from the legacy producers, theirs is the nicest balance between cherry and sweetness.
Yeah.
And you've got a sweet tooth.
For me personally, I'm fat, so I like Fat Kid whiskey, and Old Forester just...
FKF.
I'm looking at it right now. I just bought it today, the Old Forester and the Benchmark Full Proof.
There they are.
That's my weekend whiskey, but we're talking about this. So I gave you some good tasty notes, good smelly notes, right?
Yes, you did. And you were good on you're very heavy on the baking spice. That I'm surprised by. It's sweet, but very heavy on those baking spices.
See, now that I said it, I'm getting a little bit of like black just a touch of black licorice, like star anise. Now, that could just be my own mental persuasion. But yeah, I thought this was really good when we opened it.
That's fantastic. I would also disagree with the other whiskey discussion. I would disagree with the consensus with regard to the whiskey discussion. I don't think Old Forester barrel strength has diminished at all. I think it's quite good.
Well, here's what I'll say after just tasting it.
Yeah.
If I have to critique it,
Maybe a little simple.
it's a little bright.
Sure.
It's a little like pokey, like with their tasting notes, and it tastes a little young. So now, and this is where maybe I can agree with them. You want to pay $90 for that? Because that's what we paid for this.
So $70?
Yeah. At a big box store.
No,
Right.
I'd pay 70. I'd probably pay 70.
Right. So it's expensive. So I can kind of see where they're going with it. Where like the bourbon that, you know, we were talking about earlier, we have one of those at the store I currently work at.
Yes.
And it's $90. So if you're going if you want spiky, if you want sort of young, because there's no age statement. So it's a minimum of 4 years, but it sure doesn't drink like a 7, 8, 9, 10 year. You know, I think that's the only place I could say that, you know, maybe people are accurate, where it's, you know, it's like, what are you paying and what are you getting out of it? Now, for me, I love Old Forester. Saw the rye.
You very much like the flavor profile.
Yeah, I saw the rye and I'm like, I've never owned a rye, so I had to buy it.
However, it could be argued that it would benefit from a age statement. It could benefit from having some older juice in there.
I think so. you know, because it's cool. I get the proof's great. And actually for ryes, you'd have to check. No, I don't have any Frey Ranch rye anymore. I used to have a barrel proof Frey Ranch rye that was like 130 something proof. So this might be the highest proof rye that we have in this collection at this point.
That wouldn't surprise me.
So if you're looking for something, you know, high proof, you know, I hate to be critical of Old Forester because, you know, I love Old Forester. When I tried it the first time, I thought it was very good. Sitting down to do this video, now
I'm trying it now.
It could be because I'm sick, but I don't think so because I still taste really well. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, as much as I defended Old Forester for what they're doing, now that I sit and think about it and drink it, it's like, okay, maybe I understand. You know, it's a little expensive.
It's a little expensive. I think if they dropped it...
But no age statement.
No age statement.
A little spiky. And with spiky, for those that don't know, spiky, like on the palate,
it means that
it's just very bright.
Yeah, it's not gradual, because on the very best of the whiskey in this collection, the flavor profile goes like this. It goes up and down very gradually, whereas on something like this, it's more...
So imagine, you know, a wave.
Yeah.
Right, like a wave that you surf.
Indeed.
Right, how it builds, and then it crescendos, and then it finishes. Where, if you've ever been in a hospital and they put, you know, a thing on your finger or whatever, and it does your heart rate, it's like beat, 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 beat. Right, it's up and down, up and down. So this is kind of what I feel with this, where it's very. That's what I mean when I say spiky.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it just boom, boom, boom. But there's not. We're kind of going for, let's build it and then let's finish it, and we want a long finish.
Indeed.
I've never heard that on Whiskey Tube, by the way, but that's a really good way of explaining like what we're looking for.
A long finish.
Yeah. So it's like a wave. So as you put it, you smell it, you put it in your mouth, it builds, and then somewhere around the mid palate to back palate, it's like, oh, there we are. And then it just finishes, and it just finishes long. And that's the Kentucky hug. And that's after, you know, 30 seconds, a minute, sometimes 2 minutes, you're like, man, I'm still tasting that. Right? Where with spiky whiskeys, it's just boom, 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 boom. And then it's gone. And you're like, okay, like I think I liked it, but
which is fine if you pay like $20 for the bottle.
Yeah, for sure.
Because Old Forester 100 is spiky because it's their entry level.
Well, it's 4 years.
Yeah,
and it's 100 proof. But I would argue that that's probably, you know, I
don't know about that one.
I'm talking sacrilege. I don't like crapping on Old Forester.
Nah. Point
because I love this distillery.
Point me. This is quite good. Wish it was less expensive.
Yeah, I think if they could get these and drop the price.
Drop the price or increase the, like, put an age statement.
Or put an age statement on it.
And make it, like, in excess of 6 or 7 years.
Just make it interesting because, excuse me, because the bourbon we have at the store, buddy, there's 6 bottles and I just dusted all the dust off them. They've been there for
no doubt.
So I think with a lot, and we've talked about it in other industry videos, you know, some of these distilleries have got to figure out what they're doing as far as like pricing and stuff. Because I know they got to make money, right? But the days of, you know, a cool, like dope rye single barrel at barrel strength, and you're like, oh, there's no age statement, and you want $90 for it. You know, I bought one.
But that's enough.
I wouldn't buy another.
Oh.
And how many one-time buyers can you get in a shrinking market?
Exactly. So either keep the price and add an age statement, or drop the price and keep it as it is.
Yeah, I think
that'd be our recommendation, because this is nice. Not worth $90. I wouldn't spend $90 on it.
Yeah, let's put it this way. I paid $90 for this. I wouldn't buy another bottle. And I love Old Forester.
Big fan.
I've spent so much money on Old Forester. I bought all their shit.
An incalculable amount of money on Old Forester. However, I'd probably buy the Statesman before ever buying those. Or I'd buy like the Prohibition style, or
that's fair. Or the 1910.
Yeah, the 1910.
What's it, 1920?
Or even the 1897, the bottled and bond.
Yeah. Yeah, so anyway,
It's good.
not sure if this is confusing or helpful, but sometimes we just sit down and talk and just kind of figure shit out on our own too.
Sometimes we gotta figure it out too. Either way, if you see it, consider it. Wish it was less expensive.
Yeah, I would say this. If you're an Old Forester fan and you don't have them, now we have the rye.
Pick it up for its sake, because
We got the 100. We've got the whiskey row series. We've got all that.
it is shy of 130 proof. I think that's worth
Which is
owning.
pretty cool.
That's worth adding to the
Pretty
collection,
cool for a rye. I get it.
even if you only do it once.
Yeah, maybe do it once, and until the marketing people, I guess, at Old Forester figure out what the heck they're doing.
As far as pricing is concerned,
Yeah, pricing, non-age stated. I love the proof, but, like I said, for $90 for a non-age stated whiskey, it's even a rye. It's just like,
at that point,
you got me once.
maybe wait on it.
You got me once.
Sure.
Right, because I never had one.
Of course.
There's 5 left sitting down at the local.